Hey there, my dude, I'm glad you made it through. 'Cause some days are tough, some bros more buff, but you, my dude, are enough. So let's post up and chill for a few, answer a phone call or two. At Hug Your Bros, that's what we do. Oh, what up? Thanks, Caleb. Alright, later, dude. Sick. Oh, this is a sick-ass cardigan. Thank you, dude. So whether you're crushing it or feeling not so legit, let it all go and hug your bro. Dude, hell yeah. I mean, that's just what I'm talking about right there, dude. Welcome to Hug Your Bros, Ep7 here. I'm your host, Strider Wilson. We got Caleb going absolutely beast mode on the sticks over there. What up, Caleb?
What's up, Strider? What's up, everybody in the chat? Glad to see some activity already. It's going to be a lovely, lovely stream today.
We're fired up. We're coming into here with some of the best vibes, just mellowing out, feeling good. And we're happy to be connecting with bros in chat, ladies too, I hope, and from all over the world. I think we had a dude from New Zealand last time.
We did.
Tough connection. And point being, we're connecting over distance. We have this beautiful technology that can help us relay our vibes, our waves of dankness through to the listeners, to the audience, to the callers who call in. By the way, call in anytime. We'll have a little QR code right up here. Bingo, bango, bongo, baby.
Also, if we could just double check that we're getting some audio going through. Last week we had a bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, here's the thing. No one's perfect. And in beauty lies in imperfection.
Looks like we got some responses to what we've been talking about. So I think we're good. So far, so good.
Hell yes.
I can keep sitting in this chair for another week.
You can. You're never leaving, baby. Come on. Unless you need to go paintballing.
Of course.
We know you need to get your paintball in.
So sorry to cut you off, Strider, but
no, baby.
You want to introduce the topic of this week's episode?
We'll be talking long distance relationships, LDRs, baby. One of my favorite 3-letter. What do they call those? Acronyms? Like USA?
I think
acronyms. United States of America, IPA, dank, India Pale Ale, IRA, individual retirement account. Important. Get on it. Time is your greatest asset. Invest in yourself today. But we're talking LDR, long distance relationships, whether it's with the bros or romantic. Now, me, when I was a younger man, I had no game. I got hooked up with. I was lucky enough having a tall frame, tiny hog, but a decent six-pack. Let's just put it this way. When I was a younger man, my only six-pack wasn't in the fridge. It was right below these two puppies right here. It's my pecs. And some ladies like that. And got me a little bit lucky. But I had no game. So I didn't have a long distance relationship as a younger man. I met my dank wife. She allowed me to have repeat sex with her. And as soon as that happened, I learned to drive stick shift so I could press my father-in-law, at which point he said, excellent, please have sex. And I did. And that was nice. So I'm not exactly an expert on long distance relationship. My biggest long distance relationship was when I was in China studying abroad with the bros. I was very sad. I once prefaced an email. The sun may rise in the east, but it is setting on my soul daily, my friends. I was very lonely. I was whacking off. I would walk around the streets. I one time saw a dude get jumped. Then all the guys that were jumping him looked at me and they saw how sad I looked. And they chose to spare me. If ever you're going to get in a fight in a bar, just real quick, feel some sadness, just triggered, be like, man, I try to remember a scene from like Manchester by the Sea. Get that 1,000-yard stare in your eye, and you might not get your ass kicked. But you also might just get punched right in the face or decked.
Yeah, but then they feel like more of an asshole.
True. They won't look cool.
Punch a guy who's crying.
That's true. all the ladies that are watching you get beat up are going to be less impressed by the guy beating you up because you're not defending yourself. So that's a tactic. If you're going to get your ass kicked no matter what, might as well. Now, Caleb, do you have a quick story to share? Because we have an extra special treat joining us early, and we have an extra special and an expert special treat, I should say.
Expert special.
Consider yourselves teased.
I think a lot of my I don't have like one story in particular, but my relationship to long distance relationships will come out naturally. I think a lot of these questions will I'll be able to answer on my behalf. As I've talked about on the show, moving out here, didn't move away from any romantic relationships, but a lot of platonic relationship with the boys.
Yeah, you had a great setup.
It's tough to it's tough to move across the country, different time zones from your boys. So I think I'll be able to help some bros out there with my experience and how I've dealt with that. But before we answer some questions, get some call-ins, hopefully, let's introduce our special guest for today's episode.
I'd like to welcome to Hug Your Bros and welcome back to Hug Your Bros, one of our favorite bros, Jack Lawler, host of the Daily Friday podcast and email chain. I'm telling you right now, it's fire. Jack, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, sir. Appreciate it.
Would you like to cardigan? I'd like to be nice and cozy. I want you to be cozy.
Nice little service here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
well, feels good.
Yeah. It's
Thanks for having me, bros.
dude, happy to have you back. We'd love to get you a cardigan when right now in LA, I think it's about 98 degrees outside.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily cardigan weather, but
No,
but we're by the beach. You always get a nice breeze. You can always rock the cardigan.
that's
True.
a good call, Caleb.
We're a little cooler, and honestly, don't you feel a little bit cooler in it?
I feel really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Also, quick shout out to Caleb. He jumped on the Daily Friday podcast to record today.
Check it out in 2 days on Friday, Daily Friday podcast.
Hell yeah, we reviewed the War of the Worlds movie with Ice Cube, so 0% Rotten Tomatoes. So anyway, shout out to Caleb.
And I feel like I'm going to thank you guys. Your review is going to save me time. It's going to save me 2 hours of my
It
time.
probably will.
Like.
Yeah. We cover
we
every
watch it so you don't have to.
Yeah, nothing is left uncovered.
Well, I love you keeping us informed. And usually you come on here for a segment where it's like how to stay in the right mindset and keep a healthy headspace when the news can be invading that. Today, I'd like, and I appreciate you offering a vulnerability and coming onto the show today to share your experience of being in an LDR, long distance relationship.
Sure.
You're currently in one.
Sure, I'm a half in one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm married.
Nice.
The rings, ring.
What up?
touch
Ring
rings.
up with our powers combined.
You work hard enough, you'll earn one of these one day.
Correct.
My wife's job right now requires her to be in New York 2 to 3 weeks out of the month, and that includes weekends as well.
Ooh.
So, half the time I'm in LA and she's in New York, and honestly, it has its benefits.
I love
I'm
this.
not gonna lie.
Let's go,
I'm not gonna
baby.
I think, part of that is because I am married. We already have I do have that stability. I think we've been together 6 or 7 years total. So it's just a new phase in our life. But honestly, sometimes I enjoy those 2 weeks.
Oh, I bet.
Dude.
I mean, look.
I watched Entourage recently.
Oh,
at the beginning.
Let's go.
Holds up.
Let's go. Queens Boulevard.
Some parts don't, but most do.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there you watch. You're like, yay.
Hits of that today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Hummers.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, bring back Hummers.
That's so tight. And saying Hummer, dude, was
Hummer.
so nice.
It was epic, dude.
When I try to impress my father to be proud of me, Dad, I got a Hummer this weekend.
Yeah.
Dude. Dad, I went to college, got my first Hummer senior year. Dude, that's amazing. So you're enjoying the U time.
I'm enjoying the U time. I think that is one advice I would give to anyone in a long distance relationship is think about some of the benefits that you do have. You get the stability, the benefits of a relationship, but you also get to enjoy your own alone time as well.
When I live with my wife and when I'm trying to crank hog, pardon me, I have to, it's that scene from Mission Impossible when he's floating above the thing. The sensors are going to go off. I'm sweating. I'm trying to watch 42-year-olds in love. That's what I love. 42-year-olds in love, making love on classic furniture, stand-up boning. These are the things I'm into. Xena Warrior Princess motif. Let's go.
So are you locking yourself in the bathroom?
Yes.
And it's like, just a minute. Like
every time.
Right.
Give me some. She's like, I'm like, the dinner bothered my stomach. We haven't eaten yet. Just trying, figuring it out.
1,000%.
So you get.
I'm definitely coming more when she's not there.
Nice.
Let's just put it that way.
Nice.
And that's marriage for you.
100, dude. That is. It is.
And there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
that's healthy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's healthy.
100%.
You know,
I don't have to clean up as much either. I clean up like once the day before she comes, I'll clean up.
And dude, how excited is she when she sees the place when it's clean?
That is the benefit. It's like you got to make sure they're coming home to a clean house. Everything's squared, taken away. And here's a little trick that I do every time she comes home. I get her flowers and I get her like a welcome back balloon from CVS. It's the thought.
That's huge.
Tradition.
That's big, is to have these little traditions. That is huge.
Yeah.
What would you say? What's the biggest stint you guys have ever done apart?
We did like a month. Yeah. And it's tough. I feel like, Caleb, you were talking about like time zone differences, or it can be tough because it's like, especially if you're working all day, texting all day. It's like, I try to be like, I don't want to text all day, but I'll say, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
That's the thing.
And then call like an hour call, half an hour call every day.
Yes. And how do you avoid that feeling like it can be, because I hate like the personally, like my dad used to call and check in.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to feel that way, like a check-in. But do you both agree beforehand, like, hey, we're going to do this call every day, or does it happen organically?
We try to, but like, I mean, the thing about it, it's like, if I get home from work 7 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock there. It's like, it is tough to find the times. We try to do that. I don't like FaceTiming. Do you guys like FaceTiming?
Not a big FaceTime.
Like I just get distracted.
I personally am a fan. I think that's more of my generation thing. Like I FaceTime with my friends. I'll do it in the car. Like
really?
Well, that's not safe.
Well, I want them to see me.
Got it.
Like I'm not always.
Got
I don't care what they look like. I want them to see me riding around.
Okay.
LA.
I feel like I have too much pressure with the FaceTime. I feel like I'd like to walk around with the headphones in, do a couple laps around the block, talking on the phone.
What about
you feel the same way?
No,
I
think
to go
that's
to the bathroom on the FaceTime. You know, like
yeah,
you
I
can,
mean, for sure,
you
definitely
hit a little mute while they're talking if you're on a phone call. But on
those
FaceTime,
boys want to hear you pee, man.
Exactly.
They really do.
Powerful stream, dude. Yeah, if you're applying for a job via Zoom, just pee in the middle of it. Let everyone in HR hear your stream and what up. But don't let them see the hog. Just let them feel the presence of it. Hear it.
1000%.
Let them hear it.
You've always said that.
Yeah, it's just flawless advice. It's flawless advice. Yeah, the FaceTime. I don't know. Now you don't have to answer this question. I like to broach every subject. I will say this. I'm even bad at phone sex. My wife wanted to do it for a little while, like before we moved in together. This was even before FaceTime was a thing. That's dating myself. How far my back. But then during COVID, we did a little bit of FaceTime, and it was nice and it was great. But I don't know. That's not
the problem. Is the male body is not attractive.
Correct. How do you?
No matter how attractive you are, so anything I'm doing is not gonna like be exciting for anyone. So I'm a lot of
Strider, you got some good suggestions for how to spice up the FaceTime.
You know what I think we got to do?
What?
Theater. You got to role play for yourself. You got to Daniel Day-Lewis get in your own headspace. I'm telling you, dude, get yourself a pea coat. Every dude looks pretty good in a pea coat. Don't just, because FaceTime, I'm thinking about, okay, I'll be in my former lacrosse shorts. I'll get them halfway down to my knees. I'll crank hog. Hey, I'm naked with a Woody. What's going on your end? No one likes that.
Everyone does that. That's what everyone does. Be different.
Slowly unbutton your pea coat. You're a grizzled sea captain.
Whoa.
The tides were rough today. I got tossed around. I think the sheets might get a little bit rougher when you toss me around.
Honestly, dude, I'm getting turned on myself.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
My wife is in town right now. Otherwise,
I'd
have some material for tonight.
Dude, is your wife in town right now?
She's in town, unfortunately.
Damn, you're definitely not coming tonight. You're definitely not coming tonight. Yeah, sorry. Dude, save that one. I'm saying that.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that.
I could see you like, I don't know, what's a movie you've seen recently or something from the news you could really get into?
Well, we just saw War of the Worlds, and that was all over FaceTime.
That was all. There
so,
was no
there you go. There you go.
You got a lot of moves.
No sex scenes in that movie.
Nothing. I was going to say Ice Cube didn't get a Hummer.
No, under the desk. No, he did not, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess like the high point is like enjoy the time that you have alone, but then really make it count when you guys are together for any long distance relationship. And I feel like it does make it a little. It's like it does mix it up a little bit, which is nice because it's like you get out of your routine. The 2 weeks that you have together is fun. You hang out every day, and then I go back and just watch Entourage.
It's nice, and you're busy here, and you guys are in a rhythm. That's it. It's just developing that rhythm.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Well, Lawler, thank you so much for coming
1000%.
on. We do have a caller if you don't mind staying on. For
Of course.
caller. I think
Of course, I love a caller.
your expertise might be of some assistance. Jonathan has been waiting very patiently in the
Is it
queue.
Jonathan or Jonathan?
It's Jonathan. All
Got
right.
it.
Nice.
So welcome, Jonathan. How are we?
Boom clap. What up, my boys?
What up, dude?
How's it going? I called in 2 weeks ago. I'm calling in from New Zealand again.
Oh, dude, you got a way better
Hey.
connection now, dude. Let's go.
Dude, I actually had to move houses. I had to find a place with internet. I had to upgrade the setup after what happened last time. I was bumming.
I love that, dude. You're a man of action, so thank you for
You got the mic and everything too. Look at you, man.
Dude, yeah, I'm posted up here. New setup. I bought this camera just for this.
He's got a better setup
Hell
than
yeah.
we do.
Dude, yeah, you got a huge setup,
The
dude.
lighting is way better.
This is amazing,
Thank
dude.
you guys.
Hey, come in.
So long distance relationships, right? That's the
yeah,
that's
dude.
the stitch. All right, so mine is, although I actually am going through kind of a long distance thing right now, but my girl's just gone for 3 weeks, so it's like no biggie. But I am going through a long distance relationship with my boys for sure. Just went on a like nearly 3-month trip in Southeast Asia with like the guys I grew up with. I'm actually originally from Hawaii, and all my boys I went to high school with, we went to like, did the whole run, Thailand, Laos, Bali.
That's sick.
That whole thing. It was dope. It was a sick 2.5 months. So fun. But then suddenly you're like back all separated after like having the sickest time together. It's like, damn, I want to like keep these vibes afloat. And it can be tough because I find myself like, I want to keep the vibes going. And I think I'm definitely the one to reach out to my boys more than my boys reach out to me. And I don't want to be this to be like a one-way relationship. You know what I mean?
So,
I hear you.
I like that.
Dude, you know what you got to do? Because okay, so it sounds like the boys aren't. You're missing that connection with the boys. You're feeling you have this high on this trip. You're coming down. Now you're in the low swing, and you want the boys to be reciprocating the messages that you're sending them. Here's what you got to do. You got to get them worried about you. You got to get them, but in a healthy way. You know what you got to do? You just got to send them pictures of you eating different fruits. Maybe even a video message or a Snapchat of just being like, pears. Amazing. Dude, fruit is the canary in the coal mine of loneliness. The only thing lonelier than getting into birds is fruit. Dude, well,
I gotta try this.
You're gonna be, it's healthy because literally you're getting fiber.
Mm.
Okay. And then you're gonna be like, apricots. Not just for a body wash. Your boys are going to be like, "What is this dude
my God,
doing?"
concern is growing
Yeah.
nationwide.
Dude,
yeah.
When you finally take a bite of a tomato like it's an apple, the boys are going to knock on your door. They're going to be there. So
That's a good move. I like that.
get them worried.
It's honestly super ironic you bring that up because on my trip, I held fruits in a high accord. Pretty much the only time I would like leave my boys is to go to some sketchy Southeast Asian markets to find some exotic fruit because fruit's a passion of mine.
Dude,
so
wow.
This is great. Okay, so maybe that won't play.
About fruit.
Yeah, dude. This is incredible. So here, I mean, yeah, dude. I guess he's in New
like
Zealand.
I like chills on my body.
Yeah,
the guy
like,
that loves
right.
fruit got the fruit advice. I mean, that's unbelievable.
He is kind of an unofficial Kiwi, dude.
Wow.
So you got to. Okay, so fruit might not play. We need something else that's going to worry these guys.
Yeah, I mean, just Snapchats of you like looking off into the distance in like a black and white filter.
Yeah,
could be that
black
might be
and white
though.
sunset.
Yeah. But come on, you be hard.
I do think I get what you're saying. I feel like this happens to me. I moved here from New York. All my friends are back in New York, and it's like a bachelor party. You like have the time of your fucking life. The group chat dies after like a week or two.
Yeah.
Planning another trip could be a way to get everybody excited.
Yeah.
There's logistics. There's vibes going. If the fruit doesn't work, of course. I mean, fruit first.
It's huge. And also, I mean, fantasy football season is coming up.
True.
That's how I keep in touch with all my boys.
New Zealand.
We do the rugby down here.
Okay.
That's definitely people get after it.
Little
But some people are in
rugby.
American football too.
Yeah, one of the. I mean, it's your boys back home though, right? And your boys are all
sure,
from
your
like
boys are from
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah. So they they
They
watch
might watch
surfing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But-
I'm trying to think. Like I only keep in touch with my friends through a fantasy football group chat.
Mine too. It's a huge group chat. It's like that's really what it
Think
is.
about, yeah.
One way that I found that they naturally reached out to me recently. It's not super sustainable. There was that big tsunami scare last week,
Mm.
and they called me up. They're like, "Yo, are you getting mornings down there?" And they're like, I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting sirens down here." And they're like, "Fuck, if you're getting sirens down here, we are screwed." But it turned out to be
Managing the
okay.
weather, yeah.
That's
If you
huge.
can control the weather, that would be a good move.
You need natural disasters. There's always a silver lining. There's always a
That is
silver
true.
lining.
Yeah, like when the fires hit in LA, that's the first time most of my friends had reached out to me in
Same.
a few months.
Dude, I
Yeah.
had people
It
whose
was
like
nice.
numbers I didn't even have.
Yeah,
like
I was
people
like,
I
"Oh,
went to
nice.
middle
How you
school
doing,
with
man?"
that were like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, it's
Oh,
great to
fine.
hear from you. How are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly, dude. Insurance agents were calling me, dude, trying to sell me stuff. My gym membership reached out, dude. You guys good? You still active? What's going on?
Love that.
Dude, I think this is huge. I mean, a fantasy league, I think, worry the boys. Maybe just a good, solid handwritten note. If you handwrite a note,
Wow.
look out. I'm terrified. And I mean, like, not a postcard. I'm talking folding an 8.5 by 11.
Parchment, quill,
Mhm.
put a ship in it like in a glass bottle.
Maybe you quote unquote accidentally have a journal entry on the back that says really alone, feeling tired all the
Miss
time.
my boys.
Yeah.
Tired of 'em.
So, yeah, I think that's the move, dude. A healthy dose of worry, and yeah, keep reaching out. I mean, you're down there and you miss the boys, so I don't know. You could always falsify something. Hey, there's a cyclone. I don't even know what a cyclone is. I feel like it's just a mascot for a team. Maybe there's a cyclone coming. There's a derecho. That's a thing.
lot
There's
about
gusts.
weather,
We have
gusts.
Dude, just combine.
I don't know if the gust is gonna get you a text.
Dude, what if you combine a geographic term? Then there's mountain gusts. Dude, there's desert gusts. I don't know, dude.
Something
Yeah.
weather related for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, weather related. Yeah, that's a safe one. I was thinking maybe like holidays. I reached out on the 4th. We don't do the 4th. Obviously down here it's not America.
Obviously.
But so I reached out to them on that. People don't really do as much stuff on the 4th. I feel like there's not as many holidays up until
Yeah.
People get busy, dude.
I know.
People, the older they get, their lives get busier.
I was gonna suggest just like randomly calling them and say what's up, but like if one of my friends calls me, I'll decline it and text and be like, "You good? Like, is everything okay?" Like,
Totally.
That's like I'm like, don't cold call me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know the time zone difference for like Hawaii and New Zealand. I imagine it's like pretty hard to line up a
that's true. It
schedule.
is hard to line that stuff up.
Dude, you know what?
it's actually it's funny enough. It's like it's a lot below Hawaii, but we're the international date lines smack between us. So it's like 20 between daylight savings, like 22 or 23 hours difference. So it's like
Oh, so it's almost essentially
almost the same time. Yeah.
It's just a different day. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're in the future. So
Yeah, you
I'm
get
talking
you
about
get-
updates,
From
like,
Thursday.
Wow,
some
you can
updates
just-
about what's
yeah.
gonna happen the next day.
Yeah, you could.
Hey, give me some stock tips while you're on the fear, dude. How's the market looking over there?
dude,
Dude,
it
you
is
know-
looking nice.
I love it.
Don't invest.
I think the best move, and this is how I try to stay connected with my boys, is just like planning the trips, like Lawler said. And again, that's tough, like the distance you guys have to cover, but having something else to look forward to, and like meeting somewhere in the middle can be
Sure.
expensive, but like that keeps the energy going. And like riding the high of the last trip, it's like strike while the iron's hot. Get the group chat buzzing for the next big boys
100%.
trip.
Dude,
You're right.
and you can do is you guys create your own 4th of July, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. The 4th of October, whatever it is, you're in the other southern hemisphere. Maybe it's the 4th of December, and you guys treat it like the 4th of
I love
July.
that.
You get tank tops, you go out, you drink, Mexican beers. We always actually drink. I drink
Oh,
Corona.
4th of
I
July.
drink Modelo's and Coronas more than any other beer on that day for some reason. But house a couple of those with the boys, dude. Tank tops, blast some Kenny Loggins. I think you guys are gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Grill some dogs.
Yeah, we need that down here. We need more grilling meats mid-year.
Yeah,
So I'll pitch that to my boys.
just
for
hogs
sure.
and dogs on the 4th with the fellas. You can't go
Can't beat that.
wrong.
Can't beat.
Yeah,
Well, dude,
yeah, definitely.
Jonathan, dude, I hope this helps. You're a beast, dude. Thanks for calling in. And dude, you're a man of action. So let me know what you do. Call back and absolutely fire connection you have down there. And hopefully you've made some industry connections. I remember we were talking about that last time. So
Yeah, crossing my fingers. Maybe I'll send this to my boys, and it'll, put the fire into their stuff.
There you go.
But, yo,
Dude,
check out this podcast.
Send this. Yeah, you reached out to us. Send this to your boys. You know what I mean? And then
This you boys.
Yeah. Also, here's the threat to your friends, dude. Jonathan might be my new boy, dude. My birthday's coming up around the corner. I'm gonna invite him, dude. He's gonna be busy, so look out.
Fair enough. Okay, sick. Thanks so much, you guys. You move on to the next caller. Help these boys out. This you might need a more serious, have a more serious conversation about a romantic relationship. I want them to get their fill.
Love that, bro. Well, thank you so much, man.
Stick around. We might just be calling you back in later. So don't go too far.
Yeah, don't go too far.
I'm here. I'm chilling.
It's tough to get farther than New Zealand. Don't go farther.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Later,
All right, later.
What a beast, dude.
Great guy.
Dude, next time he calls in, he's going to have like an 8K setup, like full.
So-
Yeah,
He just keeps
exactly.
upgrading his.
He's in 3D goggles. He's seeing all
With
that
that rig, he should be jumping on like Xbox with his mic and everything.
Yeah, he should Twitch.
Yeah, he should Twitch.
Dude, he works in film and entertainment, so I'm not
All
surprised he's got a good rig.
All
I think he said he was like an audio guy or something.
All right. Well, thank you, Lawler, for
Guys,
Yeah, legend,
appreciate it.
thank you,
Thanks
man.
for having me on.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Enjoy
And
the
then
rest of the stream.
before you get out of here, I gotta give you a hug and steal back your cardigan. Absolutely, honored. Oh, dude, nice, absolutely legend.
Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you, boys.
You're a beast, dude.
Thank you, Lawman.
Check out the Daily Friday. Great pod and my favorite newsletter. Keeps me informed, dude. Keeps me informed while I'm having fun, dude. I call my dad after I read that.
Dude. Oh, it's a great
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
newsletter.
Hey, you hear about this? You hear
it's
about this that's
incredible.
going on? Hmm?
Yep. I just want to say again, one more shout out to Lawler. He's just such a great guy to have in the office. And honestly, had me on the pod today. It was a lot of fun. And this show, I've had 7 episodes so far. We're loving it. Just want to say, like, could be some changes coming in the future, but like, this show isn't going anywhere. We love having all you boys in the chat.
Love chat. We're playing around with the format. What's chat saying over there, dude? Anything good going on?
There's actually a question I've been seeing a lot on across the Friday Beers YouTube. Where the hell is D&D?
Oh, dude.
I will tell you here right now. It is coming. Do not worry. We have 2 to 3 episodes coming. I think we got 3 episodes coming. I just want to say I'm the one who edits them, and they are not an easy thing to edit and schedule. And we got more filming. So just, we appreciate you guys, and we got some big surprises coming for you. So appreciate the hell out of all the D&D fans, especially those guys. They're ride or dies for the content we're making.
Look at this.
I
dude.
love it.
We're doing LDRs and we're talking D&D on here. And from the straight from the horse's mouth, you heard it. The editor is working on it hard. He's working around the clock. He's on here, and good things take time.
Good things take time.
Feast, Another
Another good thing we got coming in. Andrew Thornton is in the queue. So let's say we pop Andrew in here. Andrew, how we doing?
What up, dude?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I can see you a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah, okay, good. I've never done this before, so I just wanted to, I don't know. I was hoping that it worked.
Dude, you're doing
I
great.
guess.
Stoked
Okay.
to have you on. What's going on, dude?
Okay. Well, okay, first of all, this is the first time I've watched the show live. I usually watch them I usually miss them. I usually watch them after they come out. So, but anyway,
Stoked to catch you live. Let's go.
yeah, thanks. But I decided to call because I could relate to what the other guy was talking about feeling distanced from your friends. And honestly, what you were saying about getting your friends worried about you, it really does. That is real. Because I went to the hospital for 2 days, not for anything serious. I was just there for 2 days, and I had posted just nonchalantly a picture of me in the hospital on BeReal or something, and I got so many calls and texts. So that's definitely real.
Yeah,
but-
well, and I'm glad that it's nice that people are out there that care for you and stuff. And I'm glad that you're doing well. And it's also
Yeah.
good too, because I remember when I was younger and I broke my arm riding a bicycle in 4th grade, and I was like, I'm gonna get attention from this. It just ended up
Yes.
being because the cast ended up stinking so bad. People were like, dude, you need to wash that thing.
Oh,
But everyone kind of craves that, something interesting about them. But I think in like the healthy way. That's why I like the fruit. I think it's, you're not hurting yourself. You're actually helping your body and you're
Yeah.
getting that attention. Are
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
how are the bros feeling now? Are you guys staying in good contact or?
Okay, that leads to my like actual question.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering, I am about to see someone that I like, a friend that I haven't like talked to in person in almost 2 years because they've
Hmm.
been busy with school and everything. They went to school a few states away from where I live, and but now they're graduated now and they live in my city again. So I'm gonna see them in person this weekend, and I think I'm just nervous about our dynamic just not being the same since we haven't been in the same space for like years.
Were you guys pretty tight prior, like good friends and hanging
Yeah,
out? And it felt, dude, I mean, I think it's healthy to be nervous, but I think like I've often found that when I hang with my buddy, I've like my best friend for a long time. He's got multiple kids. Lives in Florida. Um, we don't even always see eye to eye on worldview stuff. But anytime we hang out together or call on the phone, and I'll be nervous about stuff. I'm like, oh man, this or that, or bring things up, or dynamics with other people and stuff. But every time we hang out, it just feels like an old sweatshirt. I'm like, I'm certain and I'm confident that if you're just you, your guys are going to fall right back into that. It's going to be that nice, natural comfortability. And as long as you have like a little bit of a plan where you're like, hey, are you guys like meeting for lunch or a drink or what are you guys seeing a movie?
I don't think we've decided officially what we're doing, but something like that. Yeah, it'll be something like that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I often find sometimes like if you're nervous for me, it helps if I'm stagnant, like when I'm on an important phone call, I'm always
Mhm.
pacing. So if I'm nervous, I like to be moving a little bit. So I'm like, dude, even like mini putt golf or just like the driving range where you're hitting balls,
Yeah,
or oftentimes like I'll work out. Like I hadn't seen my buddy in a while and like we used to lift together and I'm like, hey, let's go like hit a workout or a jog or whatever. Did something like that. Sounds like your friend's in town. So maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to just do something a little more casual and do some catching
yeah,
up. But like, I think like, dude, like a mini putt golf, a batting cage, always kind of fun, dude. Like just
yeah,
something that's active, that's like he's taking a turn doing something, you're taking a turn. Then after a few turns, you're like, well, all right, let's just go sit down now and get a
yeah,
bite to eat and chill at a diner or whatever,
Yeah, go on a hike.
Hiking is great and it's
oh yeah,
summertime now. So hopefully the weather's good where you're at in LA and you
yeah,
can hike year round. So we're spoiled, but
yeah,
I think have that in that action plan. So maybe throw out like, hey bro, you're coming into town. I was thinking we hit this hike or we hit this. How's that sound? Fun, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, yeah,
And then I think
yeah,
that'll be fine. And you guys were friends before. I mean,
yeah,
I think it could be like, I've had similar relationships where like been a couple years, we finally end up being in the same city, go out to get lunch. And it will be a little awkward at first. Like,
yeah.
it does take a little time to get in that rhythm, but that's okay. Like you're just kind of trying to find your rhythm again. But like more often than not, like when you do get in that rhythm after like a couple minutes of just like doing your small talk, you get right back
yeah,
into things. I think also like be open to like their story, like ask them what they've been up to, before just immediately. Like sometimes when you get nervous, you just talk about everything
Mhm.
about you. It's
yeah,
good to like listen to them and like, ask them what's going on new in their lives and like let them open up. And then, it'll come naturally, man.
yeah,
But it's cool that you guys are getting together after a while. I mean, it's been some time. It's nice that you got the plan and
yeah,
that's huge. So, I mean, that's already a win right there. So let's go. I mean,
yeah,
focus on
it
that
is.
positive.
Yeah. I am excited about it. I don't know. It's just been a while and I am just like I guess just nervous for it to be like awkward, but I don't know, maybe yeah. I think it'll be okay, I think.
I think so too. And, like also like I've always said, like planning an out time, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, hey, we're going to do this for this 2 hours, you yourself will know, okay, it's not me and or you can take care of yourself in advance. Like, okay, we're just chilling for 2 hours. Then I've got to go do this or like squeeze that in or something, or
Yeah.
um, that can help to give yourself an out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also good. Give yourself like a soft out that you can say like, oh, I got to be here by this time. But if it's
Mhm.
Oh
going
yeah, yeah.
well, you can be like, oh, you know what? I'll just cancel that. Like I'm having so much
Right.
fun. That's always a
Yeah.
great move to like have the
Totally.
soft out and then leave it open to like, it's not a hard, it doesn't even have to be a real thing that you have,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a good, easy, like, all right, this is a little awkward.
Yes.
We'll touch base next week. But if
Yeah.
it is going well, which I imagine it will, you can just be like, you know what, I'm going to cancel that plan. And that means like way more for them that like you canceled your plans to be with your friend.
And it's got to make sense too. You know, it can't be like, hey, I'm going night fishing. Like, oh, you
Yeah,
night fish
yeah.
now? What is that? I go to the pier and I use duct tape and bubble gum and try to catch crabs. I don't know. Yeah, oh, interesting. I'm learning new things about you. But yeah, you know, something legit.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
what
find
time of day you
something.
hang out. Yeah. So yeah, dude. I mean, I think you got a good thing coming and enjoy it. And you know, I think the nerves are real and but take those action steps because I get worried when I'm visualizing something and I can't. There's a lot of variables to it. You know what I mean? So you give yourself some nice wiggle room, but a few good checkpoints that you can have for yourself, like an out time, a plan where you're going to go, maybe something that's a little more mobile. Unless you're comfortable sitting, you know, do whatever works for you. For me, works being mobile, but for you, that might be chilling at the cafe or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, dude, I hope this helps. I hope you
Yeah.
guys have a good time. Let us know how it goes and
Of
freaking
course.
maybe you guys will be, I don't know, man. Do you guys talk on the phone regularly or has it been a while
Yeah,
since you even talked?
I do talk to them still semi-regularly, but this will be my first time seeing them in person since I think like early 2023.
No, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. You know, I mean, look, you're going to get through it. Enjoy it. You know, it's just life. It's what life's all
Yeah.
about. It's all about these nice moments. You know, the stakes are I think are fun. Guys are friends and pals. And I think just go enjoy it, you know,
Yeah.
have your plan, but you don't have to overthink it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the advice. I will hopefully it goes well. I think it will. I think I don't know. I overthink a lot about like a lot of everything pretty much. So I
Same.
think I'm just doing that. But
Every time I lay down on the pillow, I overthink everything.
yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
hit the pillow, I'm like, someone's going to come in. They're going to try to steal my dog. I got to defend the house. It's just the type of head that I have. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, if it's my old friend, we used to talk about this, but do they still like that? And then we're going to go do this. And then, oh, it's mini golf, but maybe they like regular golf, but I don't golf. And then we're doing it's like, no, you know, you can't control everything. You can just control a couple things and just, you know, chillax.
Yeah, dude. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrew. I really
Show up-
appreciate you
course.
calling in.
Dude, weird him out to start. Show up in a giant wizard robe and be like, this is what I wear now. And then psych, take
Catch
it
'em
off.
off guard, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Just a
Yeah.
nice, strong icebreaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show up like
I
that.
think I do know someone that has one, so I could borrow one.
Yeah.
I
And a
could make that happen.
wizard robe staff, and just don't say anything for the first few minutes. Hey man, like all
Don't
the
acknowledge,
regular
yeah.
small talk. What's new? Cool. How you
Yeah,
liking
yeah.
life? Good, works good. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a fucking wizard now. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. Psych. I think that could be nice, you know.
Yeah. Maybe I'll I'll consider it.
Keep that in the back pocket.
Yeah, you got that in the
Yeah.
back pocket.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good luck.
Well, thank
Thanks
you
for
so
calling.
much.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Check back in.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. What a beast, dude.
Yeah,
you
dude,
you
that's
gotta
awesome.
love that. That's
Dude,
what's up, dude.
I think Perry fan, who's a active commenter in the chat,
Love it, Perry fan.
gave us $2 last week.
Huge.
Awesome. The anticipation is always worse in the moment in these situations. Totally get it. I think that clears it up, you know. And it's like meeting up with a boy, meeting with your bros can also feel like a date sometimes. You know?
Dude.
Like you want, especially if you haven't seen them in a while, like you want to impress them. You want them to feel like, you know, kind of maybe show off a little bit, put your best foot forward. Cause you know, when you're getting lunch with your boy every week, you guys know each other. You just click like that. But if in these situations, it does feel like a date. Just like, I got to like dress nice and like take him somewhere cool. And like, you know, once you're in it, you'll be fine.
I agree. It's so true. It can be awkward. Like when you're hanging out with your best friend from a long time, you're like, you've kind of grown apart a little bit. That's the truth of it. You know what I mean? But you guys are doing the work and relationships are work. So it's a beautiful thing that they're both taking the time to do that. And I hope it goes well.
Yeah, dude, I got very similar to like the last two calls. Like I got a lot of friends, hard to keep in contact with. Don't see them that often, but all those guys, like I feel bad when I don't keep up calling them. And sometimes like weeks turn into months and then you're like, oh, well, it feels weird to call them now because it's been a while and then it's going to feel like homework. But
100%.
every time I go back home, it's just like clicks like we're in high school in our basements, just hanging out again, no
It's
matter
the
what we're
best.
doing.
It's the best, dude.
Yeah. That's what relationships are for.
Exactly. You bring it in for the real deal. You hang out. It's amazing.
All right. Well, you want to hop into some mailbag questions we got?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see.
Chat's on fire today too.
Dude, chat is awesome. Will the Rex said, my hometown crew I see once a year, rarely talk much in between. It's strange for 25 minutes, and then it's back like I never left. Yeah, I think you get the small talk out of the way.
Fully agree with that. Like I've got my big fantasy football draft coming up with the boys, and it's awkward like just for a little bit. You know what I mean? Some guys are succeeding in life, having kids, others don't. Everyone's like slightly not. We don't really do dick measuring. We do all love each other, but like it's just in the back of your mind. It just is. You know, like
yeah,
dudes get ready for dinner. Like I've been thinking about. I'm like, what's my shirt that I'm going to wear? I can't look like an idiot. You know what I mean? I can't just wear a long sleeve shirt under a short sleeve shirt and call that dressed up with cargo shorts. Like
it's like the beginning of like an office Zoom call, you know, where like before like the boss steps in, everyone's just kind of got to like be like, oh, I like your shirt today. You know, that's nice. Oh, did you catch the game last night? You know, and then it's like boss steps in. It's like, all right, let's get down to brass tacks.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
All right. Well, I think this is a good question. Getting back to just the long distance relationship with girlfriends, but this person says, I've been doing long distance with my girlfriend for a year now, and I can feel her pulling away. What do I do?
You know, it's the emotional connection. That's the tough part. When you're physically by each other, like when I'm on the road a lot for my wife, you know, I come back into town, daddy's horny. Daddy wants to hang out. And guess what? In the scenario, I'm calling myself daddy. Sorry, I just have to. Okay. I've been on the road, come back in, I smell of scotch and cheesecake. And my wife's like, look, as much as I love scotch and cheesecake, I'm not in the mood. You know, we need to bond and do stuff together. So when you're in an LDR, it's a long distance relationship. You need something you guys are both emotionally invested in together, each other. I don't know why I couldn't speak that. My like brain just froze when I spoke right there. Being in an LDR, long distance relationship, you guys need something to keep you connected and bonded together. And my wife and I love connecting over shows. When we've got a show together, taking in some content, we're texting about it. Our texts, we're doing jokes about characters from that. Dude, if you haven't seen LOTR, it is going to save your LDR, my friend. Lord of the Rings for long distance relation. Dude, she's in Rohan. You're in Gondor. You like that torch, bro. You go through all 3 movies. Dude, you guys have gone on an epic journey. You could probably only crush 45 minutes at a time. Then when you finish those movies, you get into the extended director's cuts. Bro, freaking what's her name? Eowyn? Yeah. She's got a whole song at her dad's funeral, the king of Rohan. She does a whole song. It's a banger. Dude, you might memorize some Elvish. Then when you finish those movies, you go into the DVD commentary and you see how you can frame up a real size dude to make him look like a hobbit next to another real size dude, or Gandalf, who's a super tall dude, next to Frodo, who's a super small dude. Dude, scale in filmmaking, fascinating. Crush all that, some DVD commentary. And then when you get to the Hobbit movies, hopefully you guys are, you know, moving back in together, or her time away from you is done, so you can skip this.
Yep. That's not a road you want to go down. That might make a little rocky relationship, getting into the Hobbit movies.
That'll ruin your relationship.
Yeah.
Watching Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug. Honestly though, dude, watching Benedict Cumberbatch.
Watch the behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes of him moving around like this, dude, with all the balls on him. Kind of sick. Kind of sick.
You can skip the movies, but watch the behind the scenes.
Only behind the scenes for The Hobbit. Skip everything else.
I do think connecting, like that's what movies, shows, literature is meant to do, is like bring people together.
Yes.
And nothing better, whether it's your girlfriend, boyfriend, your bros, you have something that you can talk about. It's like plan, hey, we're going to watch episode 6 by this date. And then you can talk about that. It's like an instant, we're talking about like getting through all the chit chat and ice breaking when you haven't talked to someone in a while. You have a show to talk about. Say, hey, I'm caught up on The Wire. Let's chat.
Yes.
And if it's a show that like you're like, I have shows like my boys have been recommending for a long time.
Same. Sopranos for me. Yeah.
You know, when it's tough, like you recommend someone something and it's like, have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet? When you watch something that someone recommends to you, it shows that you care about what they like.
You took the time.
And it gives you another layer of your relationship that you didn't have before. Same with the book. Book is like a really great thing to connect with your significant other on.
Speaking about when I had no game,
Mm-hmm.
I knew my wife was a reader. I gifted her a book one time early in our relationship.
Yep.
Let's just say, and now I'm married. So that got me married, dude, by giving that good of a gift, dude. Something, because here's what the thing is: everyone wants to be loved for the reasons that they know they have, and then they want to be wowed. The wow factor of love is you love them for a reason they didn't even know about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Of course, she knew she was a reader, but still, I was fired up to give that. It was a sick ass book of like different short stories, very tight.
You got a great ass Sean.
Just gift a girl Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov.
Jonathan says Lord of the Rings will save any relation.
Amen, dude.
Can't confirm firsthand. Perry fan back in the chat as always. Old long distance flame and I used to watch like 3 episodes of Avatar at a time, take notes, and meet up once a week like a book club. Really nice.
Oh, that's huge. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. There's so much stuff, episodic stuff, old Dragon Ball Z, you know, odds are actually, you know, my wife and I, we actually do have quite different tastes. That's why when we do hit on a show, we love it.
Mm-hmm.
Recently watched The Hunting Wives. Shout out. Very good. Brittany Snow.
So you also got to be open with these sorts of things to watch something. You can't just turn down someone else's suggestion.
No.
You got to be open, meet somewhere in the middle. Even if you don't like it, you got to put the work in for it. Explain why you don't like it.
My wife doesn't like reality, but a lot of wives do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on Bravo. So I have a contingency of bros of mine that call themselves the Bravo boys.
Yep.
And they're fired up on Bravo, even though I know maybe they don't love it, but I think now they have come full circle and do love it because they're so bonded with their wives. They can't divorce themselves from the idea that it is garbage, but they love it and they love watching it together. And that's what counts.
Honestly, what Lawler and I were just talking about, the War of the Worlds movie with Ice Cube, that's something with your group of friends, with your significant other, you need to watch that, whether you're in the same room or like across the country. Is a great movie to bond over. You'll be able to talk about that movie for hours with just how bad it is and absurd it is. Sometimes the trash incites better conversation than like, if you can be all highbrow, be like, oh yeah, the mise en scène of this film was incredible. People really just want to like shit on things.
Correct.
And that's a great way to bond with other people.
Totally. That is so much fun. You can watch that with groups of people and just have a blast. Yeah. I love that.
I think there's a good question we can throw to the chat.
Yeah.
Chat's been pretty vocal today. Got our usual suspects in there. But this person asks, they say, I'm in a summer fling and I want to keep it going, even though we're going to different colleges in about 2 weeks. We're both seniors. How do I tell her how I feel? Or do I tell her how I feel and try to do long distance?
Look, I love love. I love love. I think you're right. We got to go to the thread on this one. Look, if it wasn't college, I'd be like, yeah, dude, like, let's go. Tell her how you feel. You got to know if you don't tell her how you feel and she moves away or you move away, you're always going to be guessing and blah, blah, blah. There's going to be some unclosed and unfinished business. You're going to be ghosting yourself, dude. You know what I mean? You're going to be haunting your own self because you've got unfinished business. But when it comes to college, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I've ever heard of a long distance relationship working ever. It's just, this is college. People are exploring. You're around new people, young people you're meeting all the time. I'm not saying it can't work. I mean, unless you're going to Brigham Young and then she's going to the school in Hawaii. That's the Mormon one. I don't know if it's working, but I don't know, chat. What do you think? Let's weigh in. I might just be cynical here. Maybe things have changed.
Yeah, Will the Rex said not going to work with college, I don't think.
Will, yeah, that's two. Caleb, where do you stand on this?
I tend to agree, and not just because like everybody says it doesn't work, but like you don't want to limit yourself going into college. Like you want to go fully into college. Like you're in this stage of life where you just like can have access to everything that like living at home for 18 years you've never had access to. Your brain is in like a fully new stage of development. Your frontal lobe is, getting all these new ideas, and you don't want to like have your foot in another world.
I think that's true.
It's tough. My freshman year roommate, my best friend since first grade, he was dating his girlfriend from high school, different college, and he was gone like every other weekend. And he'd come back and I'm like, hey, how was it? He's like, yeah, we hung out and stuff. It was good to see her. And I'm like, dude, like, oh, I met these people at this party, and I joined this club, and it's awesome. And it's like, and then it didn't really work out. It kind of fizzled out for them, and I feel like you missed out on like, first couple of weeks of your freshman year are some of the best weeks that you're ever going to have in your life.
You should be trying to get as many different types of J's as you can. RJs, HJs, BJs. You should be just doing. You should be J'ing as much as you can, dude. JOing when you strike out, which I did often. That's what you should be doing here. Have some fun, of course. You do it in a kind, loving manner. You're Derek Jeter about it. Okay, you should be Jeter about your J's, and go have fun. Okay, that's the time. And I got to say, because when it comes to long distance, it's got to be like, we're getting married. We really got to make this work. And maybe you feel that way because you guys are having this summer fling. And you want to keep it going. But it's a fling. This is the beauty of a fling. And you're going to be such different people when you I'm so vastly different from when I was when I graduated college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can only jump half as high now. Used to have vert. Used to be able to dunk.
Yeah, check out Strider's Instagram story to see his current vert.
Can barely jump now.
I do think, the tough thing, like you just said, like, you change so much in such a short period of time. Like my freshman year, first semester compared to second semester of my senior year felt like a completely different person. And then jump ahead to sophomore year to junior year. Like you age in like a manner of months. Whereas now it's like, once you're 24, 25, you're kind of that guy, I think, having not been that guy yet, you could tell me you're older than me, but
no, you're still going to be growing a ton, but like, you're building a foundation. Like, you're going to learn more, things are going to evolve in your world, but like the 4 years, like it's kind of funny. I like to think about things sometimes like 4, because freshman to senior year in high school, 4. Think about how different you were.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how much you had figured out as a senior in high school. You thought you were the king of the world.
Yep.
Then you get to college and you're like, oh, I knew nothing. You're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, even though Caleb, you are a very smart guy, you're going to keep elevating at a level that's insane. You're going to look back and go, oh my gosh, this I didn't know then, and just how much growth you're going to experience. So, yeah, man, I got to really just think. I think do explore your emotional truth. Be like, hey, I care a lot about you, but I think the move is to be like, if you love something, set it free, and say, hey, let's go explore our time in college, and then maybe we find each other again, and say like, I don't want to put us in any box. I want it to really fully spread our wings.
I think this is kind of like the standard, order of operations. Be single for the first 2 years, try new things, travel. Then junior and senior year, you kind of got yourself figured out a little bit. Then you pursue the relationships. I mean, that's what I did. I think that's like the very textbook college route. But I do think, this is also a good thing. Good suggestion from Perry fan. Always coming in with some heat in the chat. Tell her how you feel. Maybe if we're both single when we graduate, let's reconnect. I think this is probably the best way to go about it. Don't lock yourself down to like, this is never going to work. But I think saying, all right, let's just take it week by week, maybe even just end of the semester, we'll approach it. But also you don't want to hold yourself down if you do meet someone else.
Exactly.
Hold yourself apart from that.
Exactly. It's the heart is a fickle thing, and it's a dance, and we all must do it. And, why limit yourself to one style of dance, but this might be your forever girl. I don't know. That's why it's so tough. But I'm just saying in college, it's like crazy. If you guys were graduating college, I'd be like,
yeah.
And she was going to a new city and you're going back home. I think, yeah, bro. Like I met my wife in college, so like, and we did time apart from one another. You know what I mean? She was going to do another year. And I was just kind of like, I kind of did what I said. I was like, I think you're doing a year. I'm moving back home. I think you got to just figure just enjoy yourself. It's kind of how I looked at it. I think I hooked up with a sum total of 0 chicks, dude.
But the option was infinite.
True. Very true.
The option was infinite.
Very true. And for her too, which is fair. And I think she had a nice time.
She was probably closer to infinite than you were.
Yeah.
We got I think we got room for one more caller. This is a close personal friend of the pod. His name is Lucas Boyd.
Oh, what an absolute ledge, dude.
What up, boys? First time, long time.
Honored to have you on, dude. What's going on?
I heard you guys talking about long distance relationships. I had one at the start of COVID and it ended really poorly. So if I could weigh in, I would say don't do it. Unless you know when you're going to both be in the same city at the same time, I think it's not going to work. If you don't have that plan, it's going to fizzle out. And what happened to me is my ex-girlfriend drove down to my alma mater, called me on the phone that we were breaking up, and then she slept with a kid I used to live with.
Oh,
True story.
absolutely. Came into town.
I lived in LA. She lived in Chicago. She drove to Indiana, where I went.
Oh.
But she was introduced to people there through me, and then slept with somebody that I lived with.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And I feel like this is a community where I could talk about stuff like that.
You know what? I'm honestly honored at your vulnerability. Thank you for coming on here and saying that. And I think a few things here. You touched on something very important. To get into long distance, I think you have to have a plan. If your plan is to get into long distance, let's take it week by week or see where it goes. I don't know. I think your plan has to be like, you're going away for this long. This is what the end date will be. Or like Jack, who came on earlier, it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and like, the rhythm. If it's like, hey, we'll see, and like, I don't know. All it takes is this person meeting one rock climbing instructor before they're bouldering together. I mean, let's be honest. They're going to be belay on, belay offing non-stop. Okay. So Luke, I'm very sorry that happened to you, Lucas. You don't deserve it. But I got to tell you this, I'm a benevolent guy. And if my wife was going to cheat on me, I'd want it to be with a cool dude, So maybe I thought about it and I was like, I love my best friend. Maybe it would make sense if it was my best friend. It'd be a huge betrayal, but I'd be like, oh man, he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
he was a cool dude.
It's not some dickhead. Yeah, honestly, maybe my brother. I styled my whole life after him. He's the coolest dude I've ever met. Dude, and he's chill as hell. He should be my brother. Dude. I get it, If it's some schmoll dork on Instagram who takes pictures by his Porsche, I'm like, dude, this guy.
I will say this guy was a cool guy and he was very handsome. So I do.
Do you still talk to him?
No.
Yeah.
But
that's, that the relationship is done. It's torched, but at least they're having maybe they'll have a nice life. I mean, we don't need to be the Joker here. We don't need to watch the whole world burn. They can go and enjoy themselves a bit, I guess. But
this is a good shot from the chat.
What do we got? Lucas, chat's giving you some advice here.
At least she didn't cheat. She gave you like it was the 11th hour of cheating on you, and she was like, I will give him at least the phone call.
Yeah, right. Dude.
It was that was a plan. Like, knew what she was doing, but she wasn't gonna cheat.
It was like
she's a cheater.
Big time. It was like the Doty tap of a breakup when you hit your dude in the nuts. You go, hey, look out, boom, and then you hit him right in the nuts. Heads up, real quick, bang, and then right in the nuts is what she did to you. Which I guess technically,
heads up.
Technically,
a cheater. You can say what you want, but she's not a cheater.
That is true. She didn't cheat. You're right.
That's pretty good. You know what? She didn't. So.
And look at you're thriving.
She gave me the heads up.
Yeah, appreciate the heads up. Brutal though, man. Brutal. Sometimes ignorance would be bliss. Sometimes a white lie would be nice. Just like, hey, I don't know. I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I have Lyme disease. Whatever it would have been, just some sort of white lie might have been nice. But you got to respect her, I guess, making the phone call. Although in person would have been nicer. But I mean,
hey, he moved to California. He was asking for it.
Yeah. You moved to California.
That is true. I went home for COVID, moved here.
No, that's not your fault. It's not your fault, dude. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong. You're exploring your dreams, dude. And if she was really in your corner, she would have been supporting him. Or you guys would have been finding, in hindsight, you would have set up a better plan. Hey, here's our plan. Here's when we're going to be back together. Then bang.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Luke. Always.
Thanks for the advice. Well, not the advice, but the consolation. Is that the word?
Yeah. Just a little bit thing, and that's what we're here for, dude. Sometimes we bring it in for the real deal. Sometimes we solve a problem, and sometimes we just listen.
Love you guys for that.
Hey, Luke, we got some people in the chat asking where D&D is. I gave him a little update.
I think it's August 27th, Wednesday, August 27th.
Yeah. I told him we're hard at work.
It's coming back in a big way. Don't worry. We're going to have a bunch of episodes.
Oh, dude.
Well, thank you, Luke.
I'm out.
Thanks, I'll see you in a couple of minutes after the recording.
Late. Luke's the man, dude.
My new roommate. in a couple of weeks. That's Luke.
That's what I mean. Like, look, you guys are living together now. Life, every downswing ends in an upswing.
I gotta say, I'm glad that he's not in that relationship, so that we can be like single boys living together.
You guys are having this great chapter in life right now. This is a gift. This is a gift. She gave you guys a gift years ago. You didn't even know it.
All right. Well, I think that's the show, Strider.
I love it, dude. Usually we do a moment of Zen with Shire music, but like we said, we've been getting flagged for that. So let your moment of Zen just be picturing yourself in a pea coat as a grizzled sea captain with one of those long Popeye pipes, smoke coming out of it, your significant other on a screen, or maybe even in real person. This move also works in real person. And you as a dude feeling sexy. So I think that's an important thing. May you guys all leave this podcast knowing you are sexy. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, callers. Wishing you all the best in your endeavors and your journeys. Thank you for trusting us. And happy to lend an ear, lend a shoulder, and bring it in for the real deal on Hug Your Bros. We'll catch you on the next.